is also student of the Faculty of Tourism Study. He was on a CEEPUS mobility in Austria. Rudi.
Yes, hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Cool. Okay, then if I can start, I will share. So, do you see my screen?
We can see. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Full screen. Okay. So, hi everyone. My name is Rudi Medved, and I am finishing my master program on the Faculty of Tourism Studies Turistica at the University of Primorska in Portorož, Slovenia. And this summer, I was on a student mobility and exchange in Innsbruck, in Austria, so in Tyrol region, a mountain region like you see on the picture. And yeah, I was doing my mobility through the CEEPUS program, so which is not every day that you hear someone from CEEPUS, and that's why I also would like to share like the advantages and everything from this. So what was the purpose of my stay in Innsbruck? I was doing my research for my master thesis, which is focused on the understanding how tourism stakeholders view tourism after the pandemic, and especially on the focus on innovation in tourism. And so also the timing when I was there from the 1st of July until 1st of November. So yeah, more than 1 month ago I came back. And what also happened, what I did in Innsbruck, because I had a chance to have a Zoom with my mentor there at the university before I got there, and he offered me to work like part-time for a couple of hours, what my contract allowed me, to work at his university, at his office, to help him write two articles. So one big article and one smaller, focused on sports tourism and innovation, especially the first one, which was about the biggest mountain bike competition in Austria. We analyzed how the stakeholders and the participants perceive the innovation that happened during COVID. So the timing and everything that you can compete individually and not having the big competition. So I was working like once or twice a week. I was in the office with other students. It's very interesting there. It's a different concept, like here in Slovenia, because they have like an office. This was Institute for Sport Science, so it was more focused on sport management and sport science, not so much on tourism, but also one part. And it's interesting because all of the students like have an opportunity to work there for 2 hours a week, for 10 hours a week, or for 40. So it's really flexible. And also the arrangements and everything was very flexible. Like you could work from home anytime you wanted. Like my mentor just said, okay, when we have a meeting, okay, be there, of course, but otherwise it's up to you. And you have your own space in the office and everything. So it was, that was quite a cool experience. And what I also did in Innsbruck, because I am active in a lot of projects in Slovenia, so I was working remotely. This was my first experience as a digital nomad, so that was also quite cool for me. And mostly I was also doing hiking because Innsbruck is such an outdoor destination. And even those people who haven't hiked in their lives were hiking in Innsbruck. There was a guy from the Netherlands in my dorm, and of course in the Netherlands they don't have hills. And he was hiking there, so this was the first time for him. So I think it really gets to you, like the scenery in Innsbruck, that everyone, even if you're not a sporty person, you're gonna do sports. And a little bit about the process, the CEEPUS, the formalities. What was an advantage, why I decided for CEEPUS, basically, because I was decided even before that I was going to go to Innsbruck for my exchange. But the problem was that our universities, our in Primorska and Innsbruck, don't have the agreement, like the Erasmus agreement, and so I couldn't go through Erasmus. And I found an alternative, CEEPUS. Someone from the university recommended it to me, and they have this option called free mover mobility, where you can go to a university without having the prior agreement between universities. So yeah, that's an amazing advantage. You can just the requirements are just to have a signature from the host institution. So you have to find a mentor at the university, and of course you need to have, as was in my case, a mentor for the master thesis, and of course you need a signature from your local university. And yeah, if for Slovenians, the organization or the website you can find more information is called this one, CEEPUS. There's also a phone number you can call it. There was a lady last year when I called her, and she helped me with everything. So it's but the application process is very easy. It's all online online. It's an online application, and basically you just yeah. I was surprised how easy it was. You just write, as it was in my case, because I didn't have any subjects or courses that I would take, in Innsbruck. So I just had to write what was the purpose of my master thesis. I had to write what was it about and what I was gonna do in Innsbruck. So yeah, that was it. And then the signatures, and yeah, then I got it. So then I applied, and I was really surprised also about the scholarship, like because we are used to having Erasmus is like, I don't know, 300-400, something like that. I don't know, but this one was quite big. Like it was €1,000 a month that I got from CEEPUS. So yeah, amazing. Yeah, and also what you get, like when I was there, the local institution that is for education and stuff, that is responsible for you while you're there, they give you like a 35 euro bonus for sightseeing, so you can use it at every like big site like museum and stuff, so you can visit stuff also for free. And with CEEPUS, it's like that they only have Central and Eastern Europe. Okay, mostly Eastern Europe, like you see the countries down there. And yeah, Austria is one of them. So that was lucky for me, that CEEPUS also has Austria, which I wanted to go to. The accommodation, yeah, this was my view from my room. Quite cool. How I got it, the accommodation. So this agency OEAD, which is an Austrian, like agency for education and mobilities. They have an online application for student housing. So you just find the dorm which is available. Of course, that was a problem for me because I wanted the dorm closer to the city center. This one was quite far. I mean, far. Okay, like 15-20 minutes with the bike and with the bus. So yeah, not a big deal, but still not like, because others are more in the city center. And yeah, this was also quite easy to fill out, so no special, bureaucracy or something. You just fill out the form, and if you're accepted, you sign it, and that's it. It was, yeah, quite expensive for student dorm, which was not like renovated. You see maybe from the building that it's, yeah, quite old, because it was actually this dorm, or this whole district where I was an Olympic village. So it was built, everything was built for the purposes of the Olympic Games. I think in 80 something. Michales, I could know which year exactly. But yeah, it was quite old, and okay, the advantage was that I had a single room, so I was alone in the room, and had my own bathroom. Only the kitchen was shared. But it was nice, yeah. When you get used to it, like especially the small shared kitchen and everything, and yeah, it's quite okay. But also, yeah, I forgot to mention the private housing. You know, the apartments is also pretty easy to find. Otherwise, but I wanted to stay in the dorm, and the prices are also similar, like 350 for a shared apartment. It's like normal. Yeah, why I decided for Innsbruck, like I could just yeah, I would just say the mountains and the the city vibe also, and like the specialty is that you can go from the city like straight to the mountains to 2,500. Like it's amazing. People just go, you know, from the bus to the city center and then up to the mountains. So if you're an outdoor kind of person, like Innsbruck is the destination for it, especially in the summer for hiking and cycling, climbing and everything, and then in the winter, of course, for skiing and snowboarding and stuff. So yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, it's a really typical outdoor destination all year round. Okay, in the summer it's a little bit colder than, let's say, Slovenia, but still it was like hot. I mean, you can swim in lakes and stuff. There's a lot of lakes. Innsbruck has a, yeah, good destination. I mean, good location because it's really close to Italy. You need like, yeah, half an hour, 40 minutes to go to Italy, and yeah, the train connections are really good anywhere you go. You can go to Vienna, you can go to Switzerland, you can go to Germany. Munich is like 2 hours away, so it's really close to everything. And yeah, for students it offers really quite a lot. Like there's a ticket called Freizeit ticket, so like free time ticket, translation would be. And what it offers you, like you can, it costs around 500 euros, but you get like for the whole year, I think, or the semester, I'm not sure. You get like everything for free, like the ski tickets. If you ski, like this Freizeit tickets, like a couple of students bought it. You know, they were skiing like every day for free. So 500 euros, when you imagine like a ski ticket is like 40 euros, and it's like 10 times you go skiing, and it's covered. And also you have swimming pools for free with this, and museums, and yeah, all of different stuff. But otherwise it's quite expensive. Innsbruck, like especially if you want to eat like in restaurants, I mean they're, yeah, quite expensive, especially if you want to eat something more like something normal, not just a hamburger and a pizza. It's, yeah, it can get expensive, especially in the center. But otherwise, like Hofer and Lidl, you know, are, the prices are the same as in Slovenia. So, and also like in the shopping centers and everything, it's, yeah, it's normal. It's normal, but Innsbruck is, yeah, is an expensive destination. Like definitely more expensive than Vienna. Also the public transport. Okay, you have a student discount, but otherwise it's yeah, it's expensive. Um, there are, I mean, however, Innsbruck is really a student city, which I didn't know before. It has 30,000 students every year, and especially it's an international city. Like people come from all over the world. In my student dorm, I think we had more than 20 nationalities. Like I met people from Africa, from Asia, South America, North America, like literally from every part of the world. People were there, and yeah, that was the most yeah, the biggest advantage for me. And what I didn't imagine before I came there, that this would be, because I imagined, okay, you know, you get this, because I worked in hotels in Slovenia and I know how Austrian guests can be. And yeah, I imagined, yeah, it would be like, you know, strict everything, you know, especially at the university. I was really afraid of that, like it was going to be like so, you know, strict and everything. But it's completely the opposite. It's very chilled. It's a really sporty environment. Like Innsbruck is a destination when you see in the city center people walking around with skis on their shoulders and going skiing. and yeah, walking with the ski boots in the city, because you can go on the bus and just straight to the cable car, and it's so chill that I didn't imagine it was going to be like that. Maybe it's the influence of Italy as well, because it's really close. The architecture definitely is a little bit Italian, so it's really nice. And yeah, that if you think of Austria, don't think of like Innsbruck the same, because it's like really different. I think it's yeah, I think Tyrol especially is a country of its own. And yeah, the public transport was really good. They have a tram and a bus, and everyone is cycling. Like even if it's rainy, snowy, icy, it's the infrastructure is really good. It's all straight in the center, flat. I mean, so you can really cycle anywhere. And yeah, it's also everything. It's not like here, because I live in Ljubljana, and now when it was snowy, it was snow on the pavements. Like in Innsbruck, it was not like that. So it's really taken care of. Yeah, regarding COVID, there was no COVID. Because I was lucky. I came in July when it was everything like free, free for all, and we didn't even need masks. In Slovenia, I know you needed masks in close spaces. In Innsbruck, it was not like that. Like only on public transport you needed a mask. And other thing that I was lucky, just before I left, I mean, after I left, 1 week after that, lockdown started. So I was, yeah, I enjoyed COVID-free and no talks of COVID. And when I came back to Slovenia, again, the talks of COVID started. These were all pros, like for Innsbruck, but I really can't find any. I can't find cons. Sorry, I really can't say them. Because I enjoyed so much, and maybe the pricing, yes, the expensive stuff in Innsbruck. I mean, that can be a con, of course, if you like don't have a scholarship. Yeah, maybe you need to find a part-time job or something to be able to cover your expensive. Yeah, so I think that's the main thing. Yeah, apart from the sport vibe, it's really also you have lots of museums, so the cultural vibe is really there. I mean, I was also surprised how Innsbruck is. Yeah, they had this weird exhibitions that I wouldn't imagine that would happen in such a, Catholic state and sporty destination. In the Alps. The museums are really good. I visited them, like almost all of them, more than once. And there's this one in the middle is from the Swarovski Museum, which also blown my mind. It's not just the jewels, but it's also the artists that made the sculptures and everything. And yeah, I really like to work in libraries and these spaces, so it's quite yeah, you can find everything for everyone, I think, in Innsbruck. And yeah, the best part for me was meeting and making new friends from all over the world. Like just in this picture, there's many nationalities. Our student dorm was really international. Like from Kenya, from Argentina, from Brazil, from Thailand, Vietnam, Syria, like really many countries. And that I think from every exchange, I think everyone will say that the best part for him was meeting new friends. So that's why I would recommend it to everyone. Anywhere you go, like just go and make new friends. And overall, I would rate it a 10. I had the luck to had the experience to have the summer vibe and the winter vibe. It was also snowy already, so I would really recommend it. And if you have any questions, really, you can let me know, or here I think we have time, or you can contact me via email, social media. And I also wrote a blog about my stay in Innsbruck. You can find it on Medium. It's a website for blogging at Rudi Medved, and you can also read about my stay. So thanks.
Thank you, Rudi. You convinced me, at least. But we have some question for you. What was the application for CEEPUS very complicated, and how did you find out about this CEEPUS program, and what are the advantages if you compare it to Erasmus?
The application was really easy. Yeah, I was surprised how easy it was. Maybe it was because I only went for an exchange for doing research. It was not to visit courses. So maybe that was the reason. I don't know how it is if you have subjects and courses. But otherwise, yeah, I was surprised how little of the time it took me, like especially after the exchange. I only had to write, I don't know, one page, 1.5 page about my stay and what I did, like research-wise, you know, what I researched, and that was it. Also the scholarship, like you get it the first of each month. Like as soon as I came on the 1st of July, I had to go to my office there, and he asked me if I would like to have it in cash. And I said, no, send it to my bank account. And yeah, it was like wired in a couple of days. And yeah, there's really, so yeah, not many problems with that. And yeah, it was how I found about it. Yeah, a professor at our university said to me that I should try it because yeah, you can, because yeah, we had to find a solution without Erasmus, how to go there. And yeah, that was it.
And what is your general impression of life in Austria? And what do you think about Austrians? Are they friendly?
Yeah, I had really two different experiences because a couple of years ago, I was working in Austria in a hotel, in a winter ski resort in Bad Kleinkirchheim. So it's close to Villach, Beliak. There, I had a disastrous experience, like with Austrians, with my bosses in the hotel. It was like, oh, you are from the Balkans, you know, you are nothing. It was like that of an relationship. So really a bad experience. But now in Innsbruck, it was totally different. That because I was expecting, you know, still some of these vibes, but totally different. Austrians there are not really like Austrians, I would say, because yeah, a lot of them are also from, you know, they're from Italy. A lot of people are from Italy and Germany, and so it's really international, and it's not just like, oh, we are Austrians, you are this, you know, because also at the university there were people from Kenya working there, from Africa, you know, so it's really international. Yeah, impression was really good.